Have you ever seen someone disappear right before your eyes? Not in a staged delusion or a magician's act, but in real life. One moment they're walking, breathing, laughing, living, and the next they're gone, vanished without a sound, without a single clue. On July 8, 2014, at the Varna Airport in Bulgaria, a German traveler named Lars Mittank did something that shocked everyone. He shouted, "I don't want to die here, I need to get out," then ran from the airport building, leaving behind everything he owned. He climbed over a fence and darted into the thick forest. Since that moment, Lars has never been seen again. No one knows why he fled, and no one has been able to find him. Welcome to Unheard Whispers, where we talk about the strange mysteries that the world still can't understand. It all started as a regular summer vacation. Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old man from Germany, flew to the seaside city of Varna in June 2014 with a small group of his closest friends. They were staying at a place called the Viva Club Hotel, a comfortable resort that was perfect for a relaxing trip. At first, the holiday was going just as planned. The friends were enjoying the beach, swimming in the sea, playing casual football, and spending their nights out drinking and partying like many young people on vacation. Lars seemed happy and was having a good time with his friends. There was no sign of anything unusual. But just a few days before they were all scheduled to fly back home, something unexpected happened. Lars got into an argument with a group of other German men at a nearby McDonald's restaurant, which stayed open all night. The fight wasn't very long, but it turned physical. Lars, a devoted fan of the football club Werder Bremen, ran into four men who supported Bayern Munich, a rival team. After exchanging a few words, one of the men punched Lars in the side of his head, injuring his ear. It turned out his eardrum was ruptured. His friends were concerned and told him to seek medical help right away. Lars went to a local doctor who gave him a prescription for cefuroxime 500, an antibiotic meant to stop infections. He was advised to have a simple medical procedure to repair his ear, but Lars chose not to go through with it. He may have felt uncomfortable undergoing surgery in a foreign country, or perhaps he was confident he could get better care once back in Germany.
He returned to the hotel, holding the prescribed medication, and informed his friends that he wouldn't be flying with them as planned. The doctor had warned him that changes in air pressure during a flight could make his ear injury worse, so Lars decided to extend his stay for a few more days to rest and recover. His friends didn't want to leave him alone, but Lars told them not to worry. He said he was feeling okay and would just find a cheaper place to stay nearby while he waited for a better time to fly back. He assured them he'd be safe and that he'd contact them once he was ready to come home. Trusting him, the group left for the airport. They had no idea that this would be the last time they would ever see him. Now alone in a foreign city, Lars looked for an affordable hotel. Since it was the middle of tourist season, it wasn't easy, but eventually he found a budget room at a place called Hotel Color. It was a modest hotel, close to the airport, simple but convenient. But during the night, Lars began acting strangely. Around midnight, he called his mother, sounding extremely frightened. He told her that someone was following him and that he needed to hide. He was convinced that people were trying to hurt him. He begged her to cancel his bank card immediately, which she did without hesitation. Then the call ended. Later that same night, Lars texted his mom, asking her what the antibiotic cefuroxime 500 was supposed to do. Surveillance footage from the hotel showed him behaving in a nervous and panicked way, pacing up and down, hiding in the elevator, and even leaving the hotel for a while before returning and locking himself in his room. His body language was tense, as though he was being hunted or watched. As the sun came up, Lars called his mother again. His voice shook with fear. He said the people following him were getting closer. He sounded deeply afraid and confused. Shortly afterward, Lars took a taxi and headed to the airport. On the way, he sent more messages to his mom, even though his phone battery was almost dead. She begged him to see the airport doctor before trying to board any plane. He followed her advice and visited the medical office at the airport. On duty was Dr. Kosta Kostov, who later said Lars looked extremely anxious and paranoid, but physically he was fine and healthy enough to fly. But something happened during that checkup. a construction worker entered the room, possibly just to fix something, as the airport was undergoing renovations. Still, this ordinary event triggered intense panic in Lars. His eyes widened, and he whispered, "I don't want to die here." Then he jumped up, left behind all his belongings, including his suitcase, passport, phone, and wallet, and ran out of the office as fast as he could. Security cameras caught what happened next. Lars sprinted across the terminal, dashed through the parking area, and climbed a high barbed wire fence. Then, without stopping, he ran into the dense forest that bordered the airport. And just like that, he was gone. That was the last time anyone ever saw him.
Soon, a massive search was launched. Police teams and search dogs tried to track him down, combing the nearby woods and surrounding areas. His family, especially his mother, flew in and joined volunteers in the search. For days and weeks, they looked for any sign, any piece of clothing, a footprint, anything, but there was nothing. It was as if Lars had vanished into thin air. His bag, clothes, medicine, all untouched, were found exactly where he left them. The video of him running has been shared all over the internet and studied frame by frame, but it holds no answers, just more questions. So what happened to Lars Mittank? One theory is that he deliberately chose to disappear. Maybe he wanted to escape his life and start over somewhere new. But this idea doesn't make much sense. Lars loved his family, had a stable job, and wasn't showing any signs of unhappiness. If someone wanted to run away, wouldn't they take some essentials? He left everything behind. Another idea is that the antibiotic caused a side effect. But this doesn't hold up either. Lars never actually picked up the medicine. And even if he had, cefuroxime isn't known to cause hallucinations or paranoia like that. Some believe he may have used illegal drugs while in Bulgaria, which caused him to act out. But no drugs were found in his hotel room or luggage, and his friends never saw him use anything suspicious. There's also a darker theory, that Lars got tangled up in something illegal, like drug smuggling, without even realizing it. Maybe he or someone he met was in trouble. That could explain his fear and why he thought someone was after him. But again, there is no solid proof. No witnesses come forward. No evidence of any crime has been found. A year after his disappearance, a truck driver in Germany said he gave a ride to a barefoot man who looked like Lars. He said the man spoke little and seemed lost. But this lead, like many others, went nowhere.
Another theory that many experts consider possible is that Lars suffered from a mental health breakdown. The punch to his head might have caused a brain injury that led to psychosis or paranoia. Some medical conditions, like schizophrenia, can start showing signs in your late 20s. Maybe the stress, the drinking, the sun, and the ear injury all combined to push him over the edge. He may have genuinely believed he was in danger, even if no one was chasing him. To this day, Lars's disappearance remains one of the most mysterious missing person cases in modern times. His mother has never stopped hoping. She still believes that one day he might return, or someone might come forward with the truth. But for now, all that remains are theories, a haunting video, and a mother's endless search for her son, who vanished without a trace.